Okay, so who are we missing?
We're missing Misty, April, and Lindsay.
Okay, all right. Minutes, everybody has a copy. We sent those. If there anything that needs to be added, changed, or otherwise fixed? If not, I'll entertain a motion to accept.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Splash pad update.
I just want to start first saying, I know there's no new business on this agenda because there's a lot of unfinished business before we really started anything brand new for us to address, and then we'll move on to some new things. The weather has hindered all my projects, okay? Just by the time everything gets dry and it looks like we're gonna get to start doing something, then it comes back. You know, it's like, so I'm having difficulty actually getting to the next step on some of these things. The splash pad update. The actual 50 by 75 splash pad is poured and the components are in the concrete. The concrete for the bathroom portion of it is scheduled for next week. The truck has been ordered. The plumber was on site today. The materials to install the plumbing in the bathroom are on site already. We'll start doing that in the next couple of days, and that will move to the next section, which we had one bid for the new section of the project, which is building the actual building for the pump house and the bathrooms. We did get a bid today. The bid is structured where we will purchase all the materials as a city, and the bid was for labor. So we've got that underway. Splash pad's going to get built, guys.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a
It's
good,
good.
good bid, and
Good bid. All the necessary stuff was there, and it's a local guy, well qualified.
Nice.
We are moving right along. I've been to Alley Cassidy. I've ordered the block.
got purchase orders coming a lot.
Yes, purchase orders, a lot of materials. The block, well, I paid for the block the other day. I went over there and paid for it. They're fixing to deliver it. What's the discount? Or what's it? Discount Plumbing and Electric in Columbia. And we already had the PO in place for that as well. And all the materials were told were in stock. And I got over there with the trailer and they didn't have anything we needed. So they're getting it all together for me. They'll call me when it's ready and I will go back again and pick it up.
Yeah.
So we're moving right along. I have one bid from Summertown Metal right now on the materials for the roof. That's first. A lot of my cost is going to come in materials. So far, everything's been very reasonable. The metal and for the roof doesn't seem to be reasonable in my mind right yet, but it's only one bid so far. So splash pad's coming together.
Good.
Painting the basketball pads, Foursquare, hopscotch, etc.
The pad I was going to start on was the vacant pad at Rotary Park. Halong Wall used to be a pavilion on it, and now there's nothing. I think it's a wonderful spot to put a nice 3D hopscotch and a Foursquare box. Had it all cleaned off, ready to go. And now you can't tell I did any of it. The grass is growing back in the crack again. It's like, okay, so, but I have hired a seasonal helper. So, and he's very interested in helping me actually do the art project as well.
Nice.
So, that's going to happen as soon as it dries up, guys. As soon as it dries up, and then I'm going to move right from that pad onto the other ones. And I have plenty of paint. Thank you, Lord. I got
You're
paint
welcome.
galore. Okay, just need some dry weather to use it.
Okay. Wet and Wild.
Date for Wet n Wild was set for June 16th. It is official. Okay, we have posted it. The slide has been ordered. The CDC will furnish the slide. Luema has furnished us 360 freezy pops and
And
some
I'm ordering 900 right now.
And well, I'm afraid to have some more. Okay, I have hot dogs and hot dog buns, mustard and ketchup left over from disc golf. I put it in the freezer as soon as the event was over, and chips and water and some sodas that we'll utilize. Try to get some more water if I can. But it's good. It's all happening, and if y'all can come out, show up, participate. It is a little later this year than it is for regular. It's from 3 to 7. I think is what we posted. Water slides should be there about 2. I'm gonna set up all the little pools that I have 3 hard shell plastic ones and 1 small inflatable one. Well, it's a pretty good size inflatable one. I'm gonna set all 3 of those up. Yeah, it's really trying to give me a big one with the filtration system on it and everything. It's like, okay, I can handle that, Willie. It was big.
It was a big one.
But it was a big inflatable one, and it's good size, but it was also deep. It was like 4 foot deep, like 10 foot around.
Well, you know, I'm a coupon. I got them very, very cheap.
But Wet Wild Day is we're good to go. Love to see y'all there if you can make it. If not, I do have my 2 seasonal helpers going to be there, and I think I'll have some fire department people there. So, and then of course I'll be there, and Victoria will be there.
And
Shirley
what
will
was
be
the
there.
time?
I'm usually
again?
there.
From 3 to 7.
Me and Larry usually there.
But having JD and Tina there will
You
give me
can-
good help with the slide. What I'll mainly need help with is watching the little kids at the little pools, and then which their parents should be watching them. Just
Cutting
make sure
ends off of freeze pops.
they pick up the trash. That's one thing that I would like to see. I mean, our parks have stayed clean for about a year now, and I see the garbage cans are full all the time. Like people are doing their
Have you
part,
got
they're pitching in.
multiple cans you
I
can
will make
bring
sure
out for
there's
that?
4 big blue cans up there. I will make sure they're all out and pressed.
We have just ordered 9 boxes, so 900 more freeze pops, and as soon as they're ready to pick up, I'll text you the confirmation. You can go to Walmart and pick
Okay.
them up.
Thank you.
All right, bleachers.
So we were given bleachers from the high school. The high school will put up new bleachers, and the old bleachers that were behind, I had asked Brian Jackson if he could help me get those. He gave me the name of the man who I was supposed to talk to, Eric Perriman, which I could never get a response from. Many emails, many phone calls. Out of the blue one day, the parks director from Columbia calls me and says, don't have any picnic tables for you. I know you're supposed to be getting me picnic tables. And I said, well, do you know about these bleachers? Maybe you can help me with it. And he knew the man who donated to the high school 20-something years ago. And they were his really to make a decision with. And he said we could have them. And so Dixie Youth and I took them apart and moved them to the ball field. And
Did you do that?
he helped orchestrate it. He sure did. Yeah, he sure did. He got it all lined up and called me and said, hey, they're over at the field waiting on you. So, yeah, that did happen. And Brent Cockrell from the fire department on his day off helped me with disassembling and reassembling it back. They are together and ready to be used. Safe now. We've rounded the corners off with the die grinder. They're not dangerous. They're there. And I know we have a tournament coming up. There'll be plenty of seating for everybody at the ballpark now. And that costs us just some time and payroll money. No money. And if I'm not mistaken, those bleachers, the small sections I got are like $2,000 a piece.
Something
I
like
was
that,
told
yeah.
y'all paid.
Mhm.
So we probably have $10,000 worth of bleachers that we got for free.
Mhm.
Thank you for the help. I appreciate it.
That's great. My pleasure.
Mark this down.
All right, disc golf.
This golf park is up and running. I was telling Emma the grand opening. I was a little bit disappointed. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. There was not near as many people as I thought would show up because I had free stuff. Yeah, I didn't know. I knew not everybody was gonna play disc golf, but I had free food and giveaways, and I was pretty disappointed with the turnout. Mount Pleasant turnout. Did have a lot of out of town people
You
show
did.
up. Okay.
You
But they-
wasn't, you wasn't
They came specifically though to play the disc golf, and it seems to be the culture of disc golf. They looked and the arts director for Mount Plaza or for Murray County, Mike Mitchell, he played this past weekend for his first time, and he was very taken with it. He says it was challenging to him. He plays quite often. He was 4 over par, which is not bad, but still a challenge for someone who's used to playing the game, So he says it's only going to get more difficult as my trees and bushes grow. So I'm keeping those watered right now with the grace of God because I don't have to water right now. So, but the disc golf course is beautiful and it is starting to draw a little attention out there.
Okay.
And really, that's all I have right now as far as updates. I will let y'all know this. the 5-year strategic plan. I really haven't got a lot of feedback from the Parks Board yet. But I'm fixing to move forward with it because I did do the town hall meeting via social media as was suggested. And there was a couple recommendations when we all talked about it. Misty had like to see a walking trails, more paved walking trails. So I'm going to go ahead and compile all the information that I do have, and I'll have that ready for y'all's approval at our next meeting. Okay? And I will sell it to the commission.
Okay.
And if y'all don't have anything else for me, that's all I got.
Bring up and help me to remember. Because you said you thought that maybe some of the Dixie youth people might be at the board meeting?
There will be Dixie Youth people at the board meeting or at the study session tomorrow. It's in regards to the ordinance that says a convicted felon cannot coach. Okay? I have been approached by several of the Dixie Youth Board about what can we do about that, because one of their coaches did not pass the background check. He is a convicted felon. It was a nonviolent crime, but a felony nonetheless. And so we have told him no, that they can't use him as a coach. And they have appealed to me, please do something about it. They really want him to coach for this all-star tournament that's coming up. They really need him, that the parents are aware of it, that he's a good guy, he's changed his way, all this stuff.
Are they aware that if they use him and the tournament finds out that Dixie Youth will,
Yeah.
well,
So the reason I wanted to bring it up is if they come here to the commission, I'd like a recommendation from the parks, the recreation commission, because I don't want to be put in the position that I picked that this felony is okay, this felony is not okay. this
felony is a
okay.
felony according to what the rules
I
say.
can't, I feel like, what I keep saying is everything's fine until there's a
So it's
problem.
not.
Well,
And
I
when
know
there's a
that,
problem, it's not gonna be the league, it's gonna be the city.
and I know that when we did that years ago, that was upon recommendation from the state, from the attorneys, and from the Dixie Youth Leagues, because,
The Dixie Youth League doesn't allow it.
I mean, they don't allow it.
And
Right.
if they don't, then there's something, I mean,
Well, we had a long discussion about, degrees and charges and what if, but the thing is, if you're convicted and it's still on your record, then it's still a problem. Now, after so many years, if they expunge it, then it's off your record, you
That's
can
not the
pass
case
it.
here.
Right.
You even
But-
said it, that's so important to them, that's what they need to be working towards, is getting that.
And that's what I told
Exactly.
the guys too. That's what I said. Look, I said, I know the gentleman, that's a great guy.
Yeah.
He's
And I
a
know,
great
and I know he did it in the past, blah, blah, blah. But I said, you got to look at the bigger picture and not, because he's a great guy and changed ways now, he still has a record. And I said, and that always comes back to bite you.
oh,
This
And
is his
so
first year coaching?
he doesn't coach. He wanted to. And when he approached us and filled out a background check, and it came back.
Okay.
And so everything came back negative, and he told us everything that happened. He gave us the whole story. And I know, like, a lot of the guys were like, okay, let's, real like you, we're going to talk to the Parks Board.
Which is
But if it's a rule, it's a rule.
Right, and that's what I said. I said,
And they need to be working on trying to get it expunged
Right.
off his record. I
Right.
don't think the city should.
and that's what I said. I said, I think that's something that he needs to work on.
Nothing
if that's something
that,
he wants
if
to
you
do.
approve him, you're gonna have to prove all the rest
Yeah.
of it.
Well,
Which
I don't want to get in the job of
Yeah.
approving
Approving anybody.
because,
Picking which felonies are okay.
That's what I'm saying.
yeah, that,
A felon is a felon. You just gotta look at it like
and I
that.
know we had that happen once before. There was a gentleman that wanted to coach, and this was probably 20 years ago. And he had a felony charge of, and he was 18, girlfriend was 17. They went to Point Mallard together, which was crossing state lines, which got him a felony.
Yes.
Okay. They were dating,
Seems innocent enough.
Yeah.
innocent, but girlfriend's parents were not having any part of that because they went to Point Mallard. They crossed into Alabama, crossing
Okay.
state lines. It became a felony, and still to this day is on a sex offender registry for that.
And
okay,
to me, I'm like, come on.
and that's
Like,
been 40 years.
that's
Okay,
rough.
so but
I do
but he
realize
couldn't
there's-
coach.
I do realize there's people who have valid,
Right.
Right.
but that doesn't fall into our jurisdiction.
Right.
And that's what I told
Yeah.
the Dixie Youth
Yeah.
guys that I had talked to, because I talked to it at a leadership meeting and I discussed it and I was like, our ordinance doesn't make room for the city manager can, at her discretion.
Right.
I don't want
Yeah.
the discretion.
Yeah, so, which is not written like that. It
Right.
just point blank says if you have a felony conviction, you cannot be a
And it does
coach.
say conviction, so it's
Mm-hmm.
not, that,
Well, that's already a rule put in place with the Dixie youth.
Right.
Well,
So,
I don't know anything about their
I
rules.
understand.
That's our rule.
I know, but I'm just
I
saying.
know it
as
was
Louis-
when I was involved in it.
So that's
because we-
something maybe you can dig up, if
Because-
they already got a rule, we can't go against what
Because
they.
we had to provide
got no-
background checks to the National League for our
Yeah.
local
You gotta
coaches.
do background checks.
Yeah.
for the
So
board.
would the Dixie,
So
they allow
No.
he wasn't gonna coach in any tournaments. So any tournament we go out and do, he wasn't gonna be on that coaching staff.
That
He was
makes
just gonna
me
be
more uncomfortable.
local.
I'm
Yeah.
using their rules.
right.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, yeah, that's what I was like. It's not the fact that he's not qualified or he's not a good,
It's
he's a
just
bad person.
yeah.
It's just the
He's
fact
a
that
mean, yeah.
you're trying to manipulate it where he can't do it. And he's like, I understand. He's not like heartbroken over it. He's just like, I just want to help, So
So I just thought it would be helpful if the people are going to speak towards it, if the Recreation Commission has a opinion on it.
I say we have to follow the rules.
yeah, that's my thought.
And that if
Whether we
you
like it or not.
feel that way, I think you should vote towards that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you have to follow the rules.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not here to bend the rules. I
Right.
mean,
And if something
It's not
happens to
against
one,
him, it's-
something happens to one of those kids, then
then that's right.
not saying it will, but if anything happens, they're gonna say,
Well, he's a felony.
he's a felon.
Yeah, it's a felony.
You can't-
y'all
I mean,
do it.
Y'all allowing felons
Y'all
to
allow it.
coach and.
They generate their
that's what they're
argument based on Murray County standards and not Mount Pleasant standards. And there's some things that take place on Murray County
Right.
property, which is not Mount Pleasant property, that I have no control over.
Right.
Okay? And that's what they're using against, and Victoria will tell you, they don't mind ringing my phone 8:30, 9 o'clock at night, to discuss the situation. And surely there's somebody else we can talk to. I said, guys, I've talked to everybody. All I know that to change an ordinance, you have to appeal to the commission. Okay? That's all I know to tell you.
Or use your go to
get
your
exposed.
yeah,
Go
go
get
get
exposed.
exposed.
Take your
Work-
energy there.
Do that,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
'Cause
that'd
that'd be
be-
more useful and helpful than trying
Yeah.
to change the ordinance.
Because if you try to change the ordinance, you're gonna run into a lot of headache.
Yes,
For,
I don't think y'all will.
and it could be years.
I don't think you
well, you might not, maybe not for him, but what about for the next one?
I don't think we would for anybody, guys. Like, because I'm with Kate and Lemma and the same things. It's not left up to me to decide which felony is good or
That's what
bad.
I'm saying.
Yeah,
So why
I
should,
think you guys are saying the same thing.
Yeah,
yeah, we
Yeah.
are saying the same thing, Bedford.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, we gotta follow Dixie
Yeah.
youth rules. I mean, why,
Here's what, according to Dixie U,
Mhm.
they require all local organizations operating under Dixie U to require background checks for all participating adults that have contacts with minor athletes.
Yep.
I don't think it's legal for the city or the league.
So, I mean, you can't be the groundskeeper or work in the concession stand if you.
Well, I think Cedric, and I don't want to be out of turn here, but I don't feel like the Dixie Youth Board right now is very passionate about very much. Okay, and I don't say that with any ill will towards anybody.
Mhm.
I just the hustle factory that they fought me so hard against did so much more for me this year at the ball field, and they paid me to use the field.
Mhm.
I mean, they brought out Sam. I mean, they really did a lot. And Will even made the comment to me, the fields have never looked better because they didn't know to roll the blue cans up to the dumpster, which I don't think Will did either, because Will made the comment. I said, if they're-
Because I always did it.
yeah, I said, first off, he left the blue cans right where he found them. He
Yeah.
didn't do anything about it, and they were full. He figured the same thing. Well, we had a bad storm Sunday that blew trash everywhere. Not necessarily his fault, okay?
yeah, he didn't know.
But they were quick to send me pictures of everything and blame it on Hustle Factory for leaving the fields trashed. And I was like, and I was kind of shocked about it too. I was like, oh my God, it's trash everywhere, So I picked up all the trash, and then I started realizing, well, every blue can that's around the fields are full.
Ooh.
And they're not going to get emptied because the sanitation department is going to drive right there by that dumpster, turn around and go out. They're not going to walk around the ball fields and drag those blue cans up. If you can't drag them to the dumpster, they're going to get blown over, and trash is going to get everywhere. So I now know to also check those and make sure that they're pulled up by the dumpster. But, just lack of knowledge from both parts. And whenever I got there to talk to Jamie, who was livid, Will pulled me to the side and said, yeah, she'll calm down, okay? We need them out here. They've done a lot. Fields have never looked
They're
better.
doing great.
So,
And I've met with the whole Hudson Factory staff and
Very professional.
they're great. And
very professional.
yes.
I thought it would be helpful to have a motion from the board if they want to say that they would recommend that the commission follow the rule and not make exceptions.
Then let's do that. Let's put this to a
Okay.
vote, and we have enough here for the quorum, so let's
Let me get the wording on this, how we want this to be worded.
let's put a vote to keep the current ordinance in relation to background checks as stands. Right.
Motion to keep the current ordinance,
In relation to background checks as it stands.
okay, who's gonna make that motion?
I'll make a motion.
Okay. And second,
I'll second.
all in favor?
Ah,
Opposed?
Go unanimous. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate you guys coming, being here. Cedric, thank you for all the help with Dixie Youth, but you've been a lifesaver to me because this has been new for me too,
I got you, man.
Rule is the rule.
But I tried to do the
Don't
things
like it
I also
sometimes,
said that
we
I
got a
would do in our very first meeting. The things that Dixie Youth wanted was pavement and bleachers. Well, couldn't get pavement, but I got some more gravel. Okay, it's a start, guys. And I got the bleachers, so.
I think hosting this tournament also is going to bring some revenue for us to, because I tell myself, once we get some revenue, we can add stuff to
Yeah.
we want to repaint the things. We want to, and the biggest thing for our board is there's no money to do a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And I think after this tournament, I
We
think
might
that-
have a line on some siding for the building, little building,
yeah.
some tin siding.
Mhm.
We're thinking about going a long ways with the tin. So I
Yeah.
have some works on that. Like I told Jamie and Will, those are my fields too, what I
Yeah.
mean? So I want them to be nice as well.
And if y'all wanna paint, let me know, I'll get you some paint.
We want the paint.
You just let me know when you're ready, I'll
Okay.
get you paint.
Heard that? I got about three guys that can.
She know how to get hold of paint.
She
though.
knows got the hook up on paint. They're freezy pops.
Freeze pops and paint, I can do.
If we can get a good bid on some concrete.
Uh-huh.
Concrete is expensive right now.
It is,
Yeah.
man.
It is
Good
high,
God.
along with wood
It's,
and
hey,
everything
it's
else.
cheaper than wood.
Yeah.
I think the most expensive thing right now I found is sheet metal.
Really?
Give that a little time though, because those places were shut
I'll have a
down.
little time.
I know, I'm just saying,
I
if
have
you're
any
doing
time with
if
them.
you're doing a big project, give that a little time because they're just now
You
back
got
up and
time, you got a
functioning.
little time.
Little,
We don't have
very,
a splash pad, but
yeah, very, I'm talking about splash pad metal.
Oh, yeah.
I don't have much
We're
time.
up against
I'm trying to find
it.
materials cheap now and I'm not having much success. in it.
Oh, I know.
I'm digging around. Looking out of state even, I mean, I can save enough money.
Mhm.
Okay,
So that'll be it for me. That's it for y'all.
All right.
and we just need a motion. to
Motion to adjourn the meeting. Days.
Second,
Second that. Heard that.
second it.
All in favor, out of here.
Yeah.
Outta here.
That's the quickest we done it.
If I'd known that, I'd have had time, I could have gone to the